Thought we started the game a little rusty, maybe a little nervous. Certainly did some things well. We just didn't make shots. Only had 2 turnovers in the first half, so thought our ball movement was good and our concentration was good. But we've had some problems at times scoring, and we didn't make any shots. Thought Wake came out and did some good things initially and caught us on our heels just a touch. But our guys rallied back, and for the last 30 minutes, I thought we played pretty well. So proud of the way we competed and we executed. I thought we did some really good things again the last 30 minutes of the game.
Can you talk about Brian's energy, especially early in the game? It got you going?
Yeah, Brian was good. He's a high-energy kid that when he's active like that, it really helps take some pressure off other guys. He's had maybe a little bit of an up-and-down season, but hit a big 3 late for us. And, defended well against Mackay, I thought, for the most part, when he was on him. And, his length helps us in terms of activity defensively and also some rebounding.
You've talked all season about maybe missing a go-to player. Is Andre maybe emerging as a guy that could be that guy with the way he's performed the last couple of weeks?
Well, certainly he has to be. I mean, we all knew that he was going to be the guy coming into the season. Our players did, and the staff. There's just been some times when he maybe hasn't been as consistent as we would like. And again, that's part of the process of, going through the process of being a primary player and being asked and expected to make big plays and big shots. And the last 2 games he's been able to do it for us. I think our guys certainly look for him. But again, we need balance to play well. And today we got good play from Devin Booker. Thought he made some improvements. Early he had a couple shots that he missed, maybe a layup and another close-in shot that he could have scored, and missed them. But I thought he really regrouped and played better late and had some baskets down there against their inside guys that were good to see. And Tanner was steady as usual.
Brad, the guys were saying in those early timeouts, you were not as concerned about the shots not falling, but reminding them, hey, we're not getting any stops. Is that once defense picked up?
Yeah, I was angry about our defense early on because we talked about being an energy team and playing really hard, and I felt like, and I actually said something to our staff that when I was talking to them upstairs right before we came down, that I didn't like the look in their eyes. I just felt like they were a little. It's a 12 o'clock game. We haven't done this much, and especially at home, and it's, I don't know if we're ready for a competitive fight. And, we were a little bit on our heels. And to Wake's credit, I thought they executed some things with good pace and got a couple shots to go in. And then when you're not scoring, when you go down and miss shots, you're not getting any positive energy to, get you excited to guard. And so, what comes first, the positive energy or the effort to guard? Usually, it's nice when you have both, but we didn't have it, and so that's what I was imploring them to do in a couple of those timeouts.
Was that? It seemed like after you sort of got the lid off the basket that the pace really started to pick up. Was that something that you said in the time, or is that just kind of the flow?
No,
of the
we
game?
were trying to play quick, really for most of the game, play quicker. The turnovers that we got led to some dunks and an open 3. And that just kind of gets you going, and then obviously the pace can quicken based on that. But we were trying to play quicker really the whole time. We just didn't make any shots to kind of get it jacked up and going.
Brad, I think you had a season best assist to turnover ratio today. Was that product of any emphasis in practice or anything?
Not really. I think just we just took care of the ball. I mean, Wake's not a high pressure team, so you're not dealing with a team that's trying to gamble and steal and those kinds of things. I think, our guys have gotten a little better offensively. I think we're a little more comfortable, and I think, we just made some more good decisions, especially in the first half. Our numbers aren't great. We only had 14 baskets out of 35. We shot 40%, but we only had 2 turnovers. So when you look at your efficiency for turnovers, this was a high possession game. So that's why we got 71 even not shooting that well, 42% or whatever. So, if our efficiency in terms of making shots had been better, this is a game we score 80. But that's because of the pace and the number of possessions.
Can you talk about the play in the second half where Bobo decided to drive, that he was driving it to the basket? I'm
Nothing,
assuming you
nothing
know
we
this.
work on, nothing we work on, but I think what's really neat about that is what you see is, that's a young man whose confidence is completely different than what it was a year and a half ago. He wouldn't even have tried to take a dribble a year and a half ago, and obviously it's not something we're encouraging him to do very often or practice, but, you know, for him to feel, he wouldn't have done that probably at the beginning of the season, but for him to do that now shows that he, in my opinion, he's enjoying himself out there, he's more comfortable out there. You know, he's gonna try to do something, which I don't know that I want him trying to do that very often, but it's kind of neat to think of him coming out of his shell. And that was a direct example, in my opinion, of a kid who's come out of his shell and enjoying what he's doing and has some confidence about him now, which we've waited for a long time.
What is it about him that he can score 2 points and that gym will be louder than it will be if Andre hits 6 threes?
I don't know. I think some of it is people appreciate a kid who's hung in there. I hope that that's some of it. I hope it's, it's 4 years a long time, and 2 years of not playing at all, and really 3 years of almost not playing at all. That would take a lot of our spirits, and for that kid to just keep hanging, keep grinding. I think our staff has done a good job of trying to let him know we believe in him and to rekindle some energy there. And so I hope our fans are supportive that way. I hope that's what it is.
Did you ever have a redshirting conversation with him, or did you think it was just too late by the time?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I thought in some ways he would play a little better and a little more last year. Not a lot more, but enough that if Jure or Devin or Milk got hurt, that we would need them. So I didn't feel like we had enough depth, and I really didn't know that Jure was going to be as good as he was. I knew Jure was going to have a good year, I thought, but so we really needed him. Obviously now we've talked about it all year about how we're angry that they didn't redshirt him his freshman year, and he would have a whole nother year with us because he would be a factor next year. He would be even better, obviously, than he's been. He's made progress every year, and I think when your confidence is part of the process, that's the biggest part to overcome.
Was that the most complete game Devin's played this year?
It was one of them. What I liked about it was he missed a couple things around the basket early that maybe in some days he would have held it or hung his head, but today he fought back through it, made some plays that were tough plays around the basket in the second half.
You got some back-to-back home wins now. Momentum on the road, something the team hasn't done quite as well.
Yeah.
Against a team that's pretty good for you, a much improved squad.
Yeah, that'll be a very good challenge. Virginia is a team that, they're hard to play against. There's not going to be many fast breaks. There's not going to be easy baskets. They don't turn the ball over. You have to out-execute them at the half court, which is, something that they do all the time, and it's not easy to do. I'm glad that we've won a couple games and have some good momentum going into the game, but it'll be a challenge. And they're playing very good basketball for a reason. Really good defensively, and Mike Scott is a first-team All-League player probably.
It's a different approach, but are they basically trying to do what you're trying to do?
There's some similarities certainly with the way we play. Defensively, we're more extended and pressuring more. Both teams run some motion. Theirs is a little more scripted, but there's a lot of similarities in how we try to do things.
Is there a thread in your road experiences this year that's contributed, other than late game situations?
Good question. I don't really know. I think it's been the absence of maybe a little bit of confidence and a little bit of a guy or two to kind of just lean on when we really need something, when you're getting negative energy from the opposition, the crowd, the environment. It's you need somebody to almost lean on a little bit, and maybe that's hurt us a little bit. We just haven't felt as comfortable as you need to feel, and hopefully as the season progresses, you start to feel more comfortable because you've been in the situation a little bit more. And so if we are in a close game on the road, we've been there a few times, hopefully we can find a way to pull one out.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you.
Thanks.